2 raps of the knocker wake the dog, and the dog's barking wakes the woman dozing beside the hearth. 4 men linger in one corner of the tavern, unsteady from drink. By the light of a single candle, they swap cards in silence, indifferent to the knocking at the door, and the hammering of the rain on the roof, and the sound of the 5 leaks that drip from the ceiling into 5 tin cauldrons. Already one of the cauldrons overflows, leaving a puddle the packed dirt floor cannot absorb. She should have emptied it hours ago. The woman perhaps has time to consider, as she lights the oil lamp and goes to answer to the door. 2 men wait outside, sheltering under their capes and sombreros. As soon as the woman turns the key in the lock, they burst into the tavern, stomping their soaking wet boots on the threshold. One of them curses sotto voce. It is unclear if his profanity is directed at the storm, at the night that has caught them unawares in this remote corner of the world, or at the dark-complexioned woman who helps them shrug off their wet overclothes. Their capes are waxy from the rain, and when they remove their hats, the last drops splash to the floor. Only after she has hung up their hats and ponchos does the woman have the chance to observe them by the light of the lamp. She sees their eyes, and pale skin, and coppery beards. She sees the fine shirts they wear, the belts made of thin leather strips, and she sees, above all, their very white hands, clean and most certainly soft, hands made for grazing scrolls or silk, and never, ever for working the land. The strangers do not return the woman's look. They take no notice of her, or if they do, they avoid her just as they avoid the attentions of the dogs sniffing their riding breeches and leather boots. The 4 men at the back of the tavern look up from their cards and jugs of pulque. The whiteness of the newcomer's skin is so extraordinary that the men swivel round, called to attention by the unexpected surprise. The strangers are undoubtedly Spaniards, men of the court perchance. The viceroy's clerks are bureaucrats, and once liberated of their capes and hats, they saunter through the tavern slowly and with aplomb. The strangers finally choose a table. It is surely the cleanest one in the tavern, yet the woman hurries to scrub it with a damp rag. Meanwhile, she recites the list of dishes with which it would be a pleasure to serve the vuesas mercedes, noble sirs. Your excellencies must try the house-baked bread. There are 2 well-ventilated rooms available where, should your graces so desire, you can spend the night. She refers to them in this way, indiscriminately. Your excellencies, your graces, trusting that one of the forms of address is appropriate for the stranger's status. But the strangers don't want food or lodging, just drink. 2 cups of wine. The woman stutters as she informs them that, unfortunately, they have no wine left.